What's up, Do You Even Blog tribe? Pete here from Do You Even Blog. So in this video, I am going to answer nine reader questions about my 2020 online business strategy. In this process, you are going to learn how I look at what strategies to focus on, what's the strategy for coming up with the strategies, what platforms I'm going to be focusing on, how the business is going to be making money, and a lot more. So let's go. All right, so I'm just gonna jump right in here. The first one comes from Melody, Cash for Tacos. I always love reading other people's strategies, but honestly, my first reaction is that your strategies would be hard for me to relate to. I don't podcast, and I'm at the beginning of my journey. First of all, that's a great question in and of itself, Melody. I will also say that I am struggling with a lot of things. I don't have a picture perfect strategy, and yes, I do more YouTubing, but in general, I promise I'm gonna try and make everything here relatable. I'm right there with you. I don't have all the answers figured out. I do other mediums, but a lot of these strategies will apply to you regardless. All right, this next one comes from Alex. What was your main focus on 2019? How did it work out? And what are you gonna focus on different for 2020? So I actually wrote a post called The Road to 83K. And in that post, I talked a lot about what went wrong in 2019. Let me sum it up in like 30 seconds. So I had a good product called Blogger U. It was getting traction even in my first year of doing a blog. And in 2019, I killed it. I stopped launching it. I stopped doing it. I don't know why I did that. No, I talk about it more in the post, but I stopped what was actually making money to try and focus on other bottom of funnel activities. Bottom of funnel meaning like, these are my core offers. This is how the business actually makes money. I tried to switch a whole bunch of things up. It did not work. It went poorly. I had a really rough 2019 up until about July when I discovered, why don't I just go back to that product I created and it was already working and making money? So I did that. I launched it in October. It's called Online Impact. And now it is my bottom of funnel thing. We'll talk more about that in a second, but that actually leads into the next question quite nicely here. This one is from Thomas. I would want to learn a bit more about how you're arriving at these decisions you're making and why you choose one idea over the other in pursuit of your 83K a month. Here's the answer to your question. Bottom of funnel. Bottom of funnel, the offers, the products, if it's affiliate marketing, it's affiliate marketing. If it's your course, it's your course. I have figured out my bottom of funnel activities. Online Impact, a podcasting course, which will be launching in June. Hashtag teaser. I'm not swapping those out in 2020. Those are the offers. Those are the bottom of the funnel activities. Everything else up here funnels down to that stuff. How did I arrive at that decision? Trial and error and frustration and time. Yes, that is a totally lame answer to all of you out there like, oh, help me find what is that bottom of funnel activity for me? You're gonna have to figure it out yourself. I can't tell you how your blog is gonna make money, how your business is gonna make money, what products or courses to focus on, but that's also good news. It's a process. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy answer, else we'd all be billionaire bloggers with six-pack abs. No, you have to try things and find what works. That sounds really obvious, but how often do we get frustrated with ourselves that we haven't found the thing yet? That's okay, but find the thing. Make that part of your strategy. It's part of the process. It's not something you're lacking. Go find your bottom of funnel activities. How do I arrive at what to focus on for 2020? I found my bottom of funnel activities through trial and error and frustration. If I could slap Pete from 3 years ago and tell him, hey, don't get frustrated. That's part of the process. There we go. Whew. Lesson learned. All right, so next question. This one's from Crystal P. I'd especially love to hear about any goals you are setting for 2020 and what you'll be doing to reach them. I don't have goals. I don't have a goal. I don't have a revenue goal. I'm basing everything on projects. I don't have anything for Q1 or Q2 or a monthly theme or goal or any of that stuff. No 2020 goals, no monetary goals, revenue goals, other than make money for me and team DYEB. Other than that, I'm basing everything on projects. Online Impact launch in April, Online Impact launch in October. Podcasting course bundle launch in June. That's the strategy. There are no goals. There are only projects. That is how I'm organizing my entire year. Next question here. This one comes from Chrissy. I want to know, how do you balance your time between all these projects? Each one, blog, podcast, YouTube channel, online course, is a massive undertaking in itself. I only have a blog and a podcast and I can't keep up. How do you do it? This is a great question. And I'm going to be completely honest with you here. I work on this full time. This is my full-time job. I quit my other full-time job. I'm very blessed that I get to keep doing this. I've figured out a way to survive and get to do this full-time. For people that are watching this and you're not full-time, maybe you can't do a YouTube channel and a blog and a podcast and set up the courses and all that other stuff. I have 2 kids. I have a full-time job. I spend a lot of time and I'm able to do video and audio and blogging and products and launching and marketing and teams because this is my full-time gig. That's just the honest truth. I wish more people would tell you the honest truth. To answer the other part of your question, how do I balance my time between all these projects? I figured out the bottom of funnel activities. If I'm doing something that doesn't lead to making more money from those bottom of funnels activities, I shouldn't be doing it. If I'm spending time on anything that doesn't actually get people here, my audience, my subscribers, help them grow their platforms, that's you, the creator. If I do anything that doesn't lead to that, I'm wasting my time. And so how do I figure out where to put my time? Imagine a coffee filter, if you will. The coffee filter is, does this help grow my business? I throw everything into that coffee filter, and if it gets stuck in there, no, this does not help my business, I shouldn't put it in there to begin with. I should not be spending my time anywhere that doesn't actually lead to growing my business. On the other hand, if I put things in there, in this coffee filter, and it comes out the other side, as in this actually helps move the revenue forward so I can hire people, so I can reach more people, so I can grow the business, I should keep putting that in there all day long. That's good coffee. So how do I balance my time? I run everything through that coffee filter of, does this help the bottom of funnel activities? Yes or no? Next question comes from Dan Murphy. I find it helpful to know how you came to the decision to focus on a strategy and where you acquired the resources and knowledge for that decision. I'm gonna be real honest with you, other people. What's that? Pete's not the brilliant entrepreneur and blogger and creator and he just got all this stuff down and he's a billionaire. No, I don't have anything figured out. And the things I do have figured out came from other people. So at this point, I'd love to give a shout out to Raina at Do You Even Blog for helping me figure out half of this stuff. And I will also plug my mastermind group and my friends and other contacts and relationships I've made in this space. By the way, a quick alert here. Community is everything. That's why I started Online Impact, is to help other people find other people that can help them on their journey. That's part of the draw of Online Impact. Aside from the courses and strategy calls and stuff like that, I want to help connect people to help them figure out how to move the needle forward. So it's kind of a lame answer, but actually, no, it's an incredibly important answer. Other people helped me figure all this stuff out. What to focus on, which products to focus on, figuring out what the heck to do in my business. All right, so the next question comes from like 18 different people that sent me pretty much the same question here. What platform? I'll read Matthias. How do you see the different parts coming together for yourself? Example, I love Online Impact and your school. Thank you, by the way, Matthias. YouTube will be a very catchy tool and you got the blog and social handles and what platforms are you going to be focusing on in 2020? All right, let's get real, Blog Tribe. Bottom of the funnel, I got podcasting course launch in June. It's going to be new, lots of affiliates. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to make a bunch of money. Online Impact launch in April and then October 2020. Woohoo, I got that stuff figured out. You know what I don't have figured out? The top of funnel. All the platforms, there's so much I could be focusing on. I could go back to SEO. I'm like bottom page 1, top of page 2 for how to start a blog. It's a highly lucrative blog post. I can't figure out how to get it to rank 1. I can't. It's a great piece of content. I haven't been able to do it yet. I love the podcast. It's what I love doing, but it's not actually growing very much, and I'm not quite sure how to make it grow any further. I personally love doing YouTube videos, and I want to do more of that in 2020, but I don't know if it's gonna be easy or hard or how it's gonna move the needle either. To answer your question, what platform am I gonna be focusing on? I don't know what's gonna drive the needle forward. I know what's at the bottom of the funnel, and right now, for me personally, I'm happy with that. I'm going to experiment with the top of funnel stuff. SEO, might get back into Pinterest, continuing on the podcast for sure, because I love it. I'm gonna be doing a lot more YouTube in 2020. I'm hoping to do some partner webinars with some different brands. The point is, I don't know which of these things is going to best lead to optimizing, improving, making more money from the bottom of the funnel stuff. I don't know. I have to keep trying and figuring out what exactly is my top of funnel marketing formula. The big takeaway that I want you to take away from this is that you have to figure it out yourself. I had to figure it out myself too. I don't know what's going to move my needle forward, but it's part of the process. All right, next question, sort of related. This one comes from Joe Baca. Joe Baca. Sorry, for that. I would be interested in your overall marketing strategy. Which social media are you targeting? How many different platforms? We already talked about that. Then how you track and adjust based on your results. So my overall marketing strategy for 2020 is as follows. Launch based on projects. Online impact, the podcasting course. Everything else is on top of that and is intentional to getting people in online impact and having them buy the podcasting course in June. So YouTube, podcasting, finding affiliates. I didn't mention that part yet. But to answer your question, I am going to do monthly and quarterly check-in calls with both my mastermind group and Raina of Team Do You Even Blog. The takeaway is to pencil in time for yourself on the calendar to review what has worked, what has not worked, how do we adjust going forward? I'm actually gonna say that again. What worked? What did not work? How do we adjust going forward? If you are not asking that question to yourself and taking deliberate time to answer it, it's no wonder you may be losing focus or have a lack of clarity or strategy about how to move your blog forward. Again, once a month or once a quarterly, I suggest doing this with other people that you trust if you have them. What went well? What did not go well? How can we adjust going forward? Schedule in time. Make a meeting with yourself at the very least to answer those questions on a monthly or quarterly basis. All right, last question I'm going to answer today. Anna asked, I'd like to hear more about managing everything from a macro level down to how you organize your daily, weekly work in a way that's connected to your year-long strategy. This is a great question, and I'm really excited about it. I shared with you the big projects, the bottom of the funnel stuff, and how I don't really know what overall marketing strategies are gonna work best for me and Do You Even Blog, so it's gonna be a process. How do I take that big picture, those big projects, and turn them into a weekly strategy? This I've talked about several times, and I will point you to a blog post I have called How to Create a Blog Plan. I stole this from the 12-week year. Reverse engineer the process. Reverse engineer, that's super fancy. What it really just means is work backwards. Vision, goals, or if you're like me, projects, tactics. What is the overall vision I have for my business? Where do I want to be working? What are the tactics, the everyday things I want to be doing? What does the business look like a year from now, 5 years from now? 2, what are the goals? Like specific measurable goals, or in my case, again, it's a little bit different. I'm doing mine based on the projects. What are the projects? And the last part is what are the tactics? What are the things we do to get to those business goals? See if you guys can see that at all. Things we do. So I literally have a big Airtable document. I love Airtable for this, by the way. It is literally called Things We Do. And on this, I have everything broken out by projects, by person, by category, activity, all the things that we do for the business, everything. Not just the things that we should do, but all the admin stuff, email, customer support, everything, the things we do. And the big benefit of this is putting it all down on paper where I can see it, and then I can organize and choose which of these things I need to be doing. What is the vision I have for my business? What are the specific goals I'm trying to hit in the next 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months, or whatever it is for you? What are all the tactics? Literally everything, all the stuff I have to do. Writing, podcasting, admin stuff, marketing, thinking, brainstorming, brain dumping. What are all the things I could be doing? Get those all down on paper, and then I organize, and I segment, and then I put them on the calendar. That's the last piece of the puzzle. One other thing I will show you right around there is Todoist. Todoist is a simple to-do app. I do not go fancy with my project management software. I don't use Trello. I don't use Asana. I really stink at using project management tools. I am really good at being lazy and trying to just use a to-do list. That is the max capacity for Pete's brain. So I use Todoist. And this is where I take everything from the things we do spreadsheet down to next Monday, next week, January focus, February focus, Wednesday focus, everything. So allow me to sum some things up right here. For me, it's all about the funnel, knowing what things make you money and then figuring out how to get there. It's a process. It's not a one-time thing. It's a thing that you do over and over and over again every single day, week, and month and year of your business. 2019 for me, it was a huge step forward in figuring out the bottom of the funnel activities, online impact, podcasting course, online impact. Those are my 3 projects for 2020. After that, it's being intentional about your marketing stuff. What do I focus on here? SEO, Pinterest, podcasting, YouTube, webinars, blah, 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 paid traffic, all that stuff. I personally don't know exactly what that looks like for Do You Even Blog, but it's a process. I am going to be trying and experimenting with things all year to try and figure out exactly what moves that needle. And the part of the process that helps me do that is working with other people. Raina, mastermind group, other people in online impact. I'm going to be taking my own strategy and asking the 3 questions. What went well? What didn't? How do we adjust going forward? And on a monthly and weekly basis, I'm doing the whole 12-week year thing. For me, it's a vision. What do I see my business looking like? How do I see myself working in the business? Vision, turning that into goals, very specific goals for the quarter or the year or the 12 weeks. In my case, it's the projects, one at a time. And then brain dumping all the activities, all the tactics onto a spreadsheet, a sheet of paper, something, and then organizing them by week or month. Put them on the calendar and then do it again 3 months from now. All right, Blog Tribe, so I'm gonna let you go. I hope you have a wonderful 2020. If you like this stuff, subscribe to me on YouTube or not. I couldn't care less. I don't like that. Learn more at doyouevenblog.com. Email me, pete@doyouevenblog.com if you have any questions, or drop them in the comments below this video. And that's all I got. I hope that was helpful to some of you. Happy strategizing for 2020.